Guess the groove is down.
Hey guys, and welcome back to The Groove. And today I am here with my first ever painter, Sam Andrews.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. I know we just talked about this, but I've been following you since like eighth grade or like high school time because my name is Emily and you blew up from,
Oh, I didn't even
yes,
think about that.
you blew up from the creepy math teacher who
Hey,
we called Emily.
Emily. And then you just stop. You're like, hey?
People would send me you all the time.
Oh, jeez.
And it was like, oh my God, I don't even know who this guy is. And then I started
Oh
following
my
you and I was like, wait,
gosh.
this guy's funny.
The
Because
legacy.
funny fact, I did have a creepy math teacher. Everyone was like,
Yeah,
what the, like, why is this so accurate?
it's so accurate. It was based off of my creepy math teacher that year.
Ooh,
It was.
scary math teachers. Be careful out there, guys.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
careful. But no, that's so funny. But I've been following you ever since. And because of that, I've kind of seen your journey from silly TikToker to famous painter that you are now, which is so cool. Um, but if you want to give like a little bit of a rundown of who you are, introduce yourself to the people, go right ahead.
I'm just uh I'm just a guy who likes to make stuff. And this journey I did like drawing, like you were saying. I used to draw faces and when I was in like fourth grade.
Mhm.
But then my dream was like I saw Casey Neistat. You know Casey Neistat on YouTube?
No, I don't.
He was like the one of the first people who like made the vlog a form of art. And
Mm,
I used to watch him in like my seventh grade free blocks. And I
yeah.
was like, I want to be a YouTuber. I want to make videos. And
Hmm.
so I did YouTube for a while. And when I saw that TikTok would just give you like 1,000 views
Yeah.
randomly, I was like, I've never got 1,000 views for a YouTube video.
Hmm.
So I started posting on TikTok so that people would go to my YouTube channel, you know?
Ah,
And eventually it worked and
yeah.
it was a fun experience. And then I went to college. I went to George Washington University. I did like political stuff, economics, but I didn't love it and I wasn't creating anything at that point. And I just started painting. I had never painted before then.
Mhm.
And then I was like, I have to do this. So
Yeah.
now I'm almost 2 years out of college now. So
Wow.
I'm almost 2 years of working full time as an artist and just trying to build my life around that and see where it takes me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, congrats, you did it.
Yeah, that was the hardest part.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not many artists are able to do that.
I know.
Um, but yeah, that's kind of interesting to hear you talk about it in that way because I've sort of had the same
Yeah.
journey, but I just like was like, no TikTok. Like I tried to do
Oh
TikTok,
yeah.
but it's just like I don't know. I don't
I
know.
get
I
that.
open the app and I just feel like my brain is like disintegrating and
I
I'm like,
know.
okay, I need to delete it.
Short form content is so depressing if you are
It's
like
so bad.
if you're like 30 minutes into a scroll. You got to have like 2 hours of your day after that to just recover your mind, like the dopamine of it, you know?
Yeah, like I was getting addicted to it as many do, but I
Yeah.
was like sitting in my bed one day and I was scrolling for so long and then I was just like
I mean,
I
that's
like gained consciousness like mid
yes.
scroll and then I was like what am I doing? Like this is so bad. It was
Exactly.
horrible.
I mean, they
But
designed it to be like that.
exactly, it's awful. But the fact that you made the short form to get people to tap into your long form like
Yes, that was the
YouTube
goal.
channel. It worked. It worked for
It
me because
worked.
that's what I did exactly.
Really?
It's like, yes, I followed you on TikTok and then I was like, wait, because I always got just the math teacher videos. That's all I
Yeah.
got.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
then after I followed you, I started getting like your other content and I was like,
Yeah.
wait, this guy knows what he's talking about. I checked out your YouTube channel and I was like, wait, this is so interesting that he's just like posting and like it's
Yeah.
like you don't care, you just post.
Yeah.
And like you and along with other people like Emma Chamberlain and things like that have kind of been like, you know, I could just post. Like it doesn't
True.
matter. And now I'm just
True.
yapping to whoever I want to talk to, which is so
Yes.
much fun.
Yes.
But what was your goal originally when you entered like the YouTube realm? Like, why did you? I know you said that someone made a vlog into art and then you were like, this is what made me want to do it. But what for yourself was the purpose of like making the videos in the like original side of it?
Jeez. That's a great question because it brings me back to like my seventh grade self.
Hmm.
Like, why did he want to do that so much? Oh my God, my friend is blowing up my phone. Um, and I really don't know. I think that sometimes like the best answer is just I wanted to.
Hmm.
Even like with art, some people are like, well, why do you make the art that you make? And it's like just being excited about making it is like kind of the answer within itself.
Yeah.
But I think I've always had this kind of feeling when I watch a great movie or when I listen to a great song or when I look at a great painting, that's like I want to do that. And
Yeah.
it's like a blessing and a curse because I feel like most people can just enjoy art without feeling like this like call to action.
Hmm.
But I've always felt so inspired. Like my capacity to feel inspired has always just been like almost like manic. Like I used
Yeah.
to get like manic as a kid and be like, I would just stay up all hours watching things and feeling so inspired, feeling like I almost feel like I always had this like um inner belief that I'm going to be great,
Hmm.
like inner belief that I have the potential to be great and that is like there's nothing more worthy to walk toward than
Hmm.
the inspiration that says that I can be great. So I think it just felt to me like I wouldn't be doing just service to myself unless I went out and made the videos. Like every time I went on a trip with my family or anything like that,
Hmm.
I would record the whole day and then I would stay up for like 5 hours every night to edit it, to put it
Hmm.
out there for my 200 subscribers.
Yeah.
It wasn't about any of that. It was just
Yeah.
about me, you know, doing that to myself. I think making art has always been important to me.
Hmm.
Like if I made, a few videos for like over the course of a few months and you asked me like what did you do in the last few months, I'd be like those videos. Like
Yeah.
that's what I accomplished.
Hmm.
So I started to get addicted to that, just started to be me, you know.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
get
it's
that.
awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do get it. I get it
Yeah.
very much. Like hearing you say that, I'm like, I see myself in you.
Yes. Yes.
Because
It's just
like when
artists.
I,
That's who artists are.
yeah, like whenever I see things, it's just like, oh, I could make that. Like
Yeah.
whenever this is like obviously I want to support artists and stuff, but sometimes it's a little expensive. So
Yeah.
like whenever I see something, then I'm like, I really want that. I'll just make it.
Yeah.
Like I'll make it later on in
Yeah,
life. Like I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I have that same like call to action, I guess is what you said.
Yeah.
Of like you just see something and you're like, oh my God, I want to make that. And I have that with music a lot. I'm like, oh,
Mm,
I wish I could just sit in my room and like noodle on a guitar and then like my life would be so great. But it's
yeah.
a lot harder
Yeah.
to
And I
learn.
I relate to that music one because I told you
Yeah.
I'm not that good at it.
Yeah. It's like we're good at everything else. And it's like the one thing we want to know how to do. We
It's
can't.
hard. I feel like singing is like I know you can get better at it, but I feel
Yeah.
like it's one of those things that you're kind of born with,
Oh yeah, it's a natural born talent,
right?
like
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
'Cause I don't know, I know
unfortunately.
some people like right out the womb they were like singing and I'm like,
Yeah,
where did you come from? Like please.
yeah.
It's really annoying, but I'm happy they're alive.
I respect it. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
Good.
But I guess for the video art side of things, 'cause now
Yeah,
you do well, I guess video is a physical form of media. It's just more of like a digital
right,
output, I guess
right.
you should say.
Yeah.
Um, but how did you kind of transform from doing like a digital output to now a physical output?
Um, well, first of all, I do think that my videos are still a part of my art form.
Mm-hmm.
Even like Andy Warhol said, like the greatest form of art is like making money. He was like the
Yeah.
greatest form of art is business. Like my videos as being almost the marketing for my art,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of creativeness and like production and trying to figure out how to
Yeah.
tell stories and things like that that goes into that. So I still feel like I do make videos as a form of art.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of weird, like making art in the style, like in the same way that they did hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
Like this is a very it's a very archaic form of art compared
Hmm.
to the other things that are more popular these days,
Yeah.
or more, yeah, just more like in pop culture.
Hmm.
Like I'm still working with canvas and oil paints and all the things that Van Gogh would have been working with. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I like the fact actually that it's like this is the product. Like there's one
Mhm.
thing, it's one of a kind. I made it. It's real. That is kind of like refreshing to me and cool.
Yeah, because you can like actually touch it. Like you don't
Yes.
have to like go surf on the web, find this old video that you did. Like you can literally just
Right.
touch it whenever you want.
Yes.
That is an interesting like point that you made about it being an archaic like form of art though,
Yeah.
because I've been thinking about this a lot. The other day I was sitting in my room and I was like, what in my room is technology based and like would I be able to live without it? Because I was like having this whole thing. I watched like a podcast about AI and I like had a spiral and it was a problem. So I was like,
Oh,
what in
geez.
my room that is not like technology that I could like couldn't live without, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that you were like, this is such an old art form, but it's still so relevant today
Yeah.
is so
Yeah.
interesting. Like you are making a living off of an art form that was
Right.
made centuries ago. Like
Yeah.
even hieroglyphics was like like form of what you're doing,
Yes. Yes.
which is crazy.
Yes.
It's
I
so
know.
interesting.
And I also feel like my art, not that I'm the only person who can say this, but my art is very much in the lineage of other artists. Like it really follows Van Gogh
Yeah.
and other contemporary artists that were following Van Gogh. I feel like a lot of artists these days are making such strange and new things
Hmm.
that it's not important to me that it's a painting. It could be anything. It could be made digitally. But the
Yeah.
fact that mine is coming from this lineage of like actual artists making canvas like in the past, it feels like it is even more part of that old tradition than
Yeah.
some painters who are making like, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like a little bit more grounding, I guess, is a
yeah,
way of looking at it.
yeah,
Because specifically me, like as an industrial design student, I have to take in like everyday products plus like the most insane abstract chair you'll ever see in your entire life.
yeah.
And that's my competition. Like those are the people that I'm like fighting for a job against like in the
Right,
real
right.
world. So it's a little daunting to like
Mhm.
see that like my work is very much this is what you need and I'm gonna give you your need and I'm gonna make this product for it and
Very
it's gonna
functional.
look cool, but you're gonna love using it. But
Yeah,
it's not gonna be like the most abstract thing. And I feel like today's day and age specifically, as you were saying, is like everyone's trying to get that wow factor
yeah,
of like this was made out of like
yeah.
insane like
Yeah, and,
I
and
don't
I
even
don't
know.
care. I don't care at all, by the way. And I don't know if that makes me like ignorant or
No.
basic, but I was in New York a few months ago and I went to see all of like the galleries in Chelsea, like that whole strip,
Hmm.
and I was so unimpressed with what I was seeing. Because it'll just be like like a piece of string hanging from the ceiling, and it's like this string was ethically sourced from Indonesia in like a tribal lands. I'm like, I don't care. It's a string. I
Yeah.
don't know what to get from that. I honestly don't. And I'm like, shoot, maybe I'm like not, maybe I still have a lot to learn. But
Yeah.
honestly, no, that's just my taste. I don't understand that. I don't
Yeah.
get that. So that's
No,
me.
that's very refreshing to hear.
I,
Like,
I don't know, and I don't know where this leads us. Where's
no,
the end?
I don't
This is
know
we're
either. Like
on a
I
cul-de-sac here.
for the longest time I was like, can I even like consider myself an artist or like be like, oh, I'm artsy because whatever. If I can't look at like a
Right,
canvas with a red square in the center and be like, this is so profound.
right, right,
Oh,
right.
like I have always had an issue doing that. And like I
Yeah.
remember like my sophomore year, I went to the MoMA with like my one professor who's like very eccentric. She's amazing. I love her so much. She does a lot of cool stuff with lighting, but she is like I don't know. I'm like, are you on acid 24/7? Like
Yeah.
why? I just don't see the movement or the meaning that you're seeing
Yeah.
in this thing that's hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, you know those like funny videos of like when you walk out of the movies with your film school friend and they're like, "Oh, you like that. Oh, right,
Yes.
you like that." It's like when you know too much about your medium,
Hmm.
you almost can no longer appreciate it,
Yeah.
you know? And
Yeah, that's very
I don't
true.
want to know too much about painting because I just want to feel the way that I do about like I just want to be in love with painting. I don't want to know too much about it.
Yeah.
I just want to be in love with it and do my thing, you know?
Hmm. I didn't even think about it that way. It's like the ignorance is bliss type thing.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I have a film, like my one friend is a film major or whatever, and he likes the weirdest movies that I will
Right.
never understand. I'm like, we would go to the theater and I'm like, that was ass. Like, what the hell was that? And he was like, what are you talking about? Like
Right, right, right.
the lighting. And I was like, bro,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I really just like don't care. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. That was not a good movie. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It is funny that that happened. But that
They
is a
do
good
that.
point where it's like you kind of have to not know everything about it to always find the love in it. So, I don't know. But for your videos, I like thought about this as you were talking about how you have this storytelling way through your videos. Do you think that your art has ever like mimicked the way that you create your videos, like your
Oh.
paintings?
Yeah, I guess yeah, I never thought about that. But it
Mhm.
definitely does because I make them both the same way
Yeah.
and I'm actually busy making this like resource. I'm doing this like video recording for to give to artists who have like a dream to make art their life.
Hmm.
And I'm busy making this part about like how to go about social media.
Hmm.
And I get that not everybody works this way, but the way that I do it is like I I I get an idea
Hmm.
and then I just record. I don't script anything. I just
Yeah.
go. And it's the same thing with my paintings. Like I'll just kind of start and go. And once I kind of see something emerging, I won't stop, but I'm not thinking. It's not really a thinking process. It's more of an intuitive, like a discovery.
Yeah.
And I just go as long as I'm excited. And I do the next thing that excites me. So like in the story, I'm like, what's the next thing that I want to hear? Like it's very rudimentary. It's very like
Hmm.
not overthinking, just going for it. And that's the way I go about most things. And I know that's just maybe that's just me, but I feel like that's the best way to allow a real energy to seep
Yeah.
through, you know?
Hmm. I do remember that I watched like your YouTube video of like your first painting, I think it was. It was like yellow flowers in a field.
Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
if that was your first painting,
That
but
was my first painting when I started working full time.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So I remember watching that and now I see the art that you make now and it's like drastically different,
Drastically. Yeah,
like very different.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I love the new stuff. It's so
Thank
cool.
you. Thank
But
you.
how, I guess, do you go from like more realism to this kind of like energy flow? It kind of looks
Right,
like it's just like a flow of energy, I guess.
right. Well, I told you I feel like I have this greatness ahead of
Hmm.
me. And I don't take my paintings lightly.
Hmm.
I really, really want to make great work. And so I'm always thinking, I'm always, you know, I put pressure on myself and I'm like, I want my work to be to have some kind of like emotional power in them. Like that's the whole point. I don't want you to just look at my paintings and be like, oh, that's a nice flower. Like I want it to really have something in it. You
Hmm.
know, like that's the reason that I started painting is because Van Gogh was able to transform me in the moment that I saw his work. I
Yeah.
was just transformed. I was like, this is just the emotional power in it. Like it, every painting has a different kind of like scent to it, a
Hmm.
different feeling that it takes you to. But it's so transformative, and I wanted that. And when I was working more from outside, you know, painting something that I was looking at, I over the course of months, I was like, I just can't put enough emotion into it.
Hmm.
And I had this call. I like paid for a consultant, like this art consultant thing, near where I live. And they said that all of my influences were from like the late 1800s. And they're like,
Mm,
you need to contextualize it now and
yeah.
like get more influences so that you have more to like bounce off of.
Hmm.
So I found this, I was like, okay, which artists are into Van Gogh? Because like that's kind of my world. And then I
Hmm.
found this artist, Matthew Wong, who I had been aware of before, one of the best artists of the 21st century. And he was making these like Van Gogh inspired landscapes, but from his imagination instead
Oh.
of from looking at something.
Hmm.
So then I was like, I hadn't even thought of that as an option.
Hmm.
And so I was like, I'm gonna try this. And then I
Yeah.
was having so much fun doing that, finding all these new ways to make work. I had never worked intuitively before. Like I just told you, I do things intuitively now. I had
Yeah.
never done that. And then those energy pieces that you were talking about was me trying to figure out how Matthew Wong was doing what he was doing with color because he was doing things with color that I couldn't understand.
Hmm.
And so I was almost trying to like decode it for myself.
Yeah.
And I did that for a few months, but now in the last month, I've gone back to the imaginary landscapes and I've
Hmm.
been able to like bring that pure energy back into them. So I've
Yeah.
been on this big evolution of like different things, but it's always to try to make work that is more powerful and more
Hmm.
emotional that I just love more, you know?
Yeah, that's so interesting. I feel like what you were saying, where it's like, oh, I couldn't put enough energy into this. I feel like I
Yeah.
run into that a lot. And I think that's kind of what causes the burnout, to be completely
Right.
honest, because I think a thing that artists all go through is burnout. And I
Yeah.
think it's because we all think there's an exact science to how art works.
Mm,
Because when you go to art school and stuff, they teach you color theory, they teach you still lifes, they teach
mhm.
you like all that stuff. And it's like, okay, so this is how I'm supposed to do this.
Right.
But art is not supposed to be done in any specific way. It's
Right.
just this is what the archaic world thought or like did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now there are people who are doing like insane, crazy things, but it's because they have reached that point of like flow state,
Yeah.
for lack of better term. But
Yeah.
like they've reached this flow state that has allowed them to break through those like constraints, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that's an issue that I have now. I say this, it's a lot easier said than
Yeah.
done
Yeah.
because I still have the issue.
Right.
I haven't done enough art in the past few years with my newfound mind for me to like actually break through what I think I'm supposed to do.
Mm.
But I guess my question for you would be like, what what was that turning point for you and like how did it feel when that happened for you?
Um, I always look at I made this orange painting called
Mhm.
Planet Earth. That's like one of the first posts on my Instagram page that I pinned because that was the moment, that was the first imaginary landscape that I ever made. In that kind of like when I discovered that Matthew Wong's work, and like I was it felt like I had opened a door
Mhm.
into this like new huge room and I could just run around and like grab as many things as I could. And I was like,
Mhm.
I had unlocked a new space for me
Yeah.
to explore because the space that I was exploring before I had done as much as I could with what I had. And
Mhm.
so it was like uh, a freedom and just like a joy. And so that night I made three paintings, all three of them I love still.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was just in that flow. So I was able to start channeling things way more freely with more
Mhm.
fun than I was able to before. And it also felt like um, it felt exciting because I felt like with each painting, since it was coming from a state of flow, I was able to find things out about myself. Like
Mhm.
after making a painting or a group of paintings, I was like, wait, why did I always do certain trees? Why was I always attracted to doing a path like this? Why was I, and then if you ask, if you ask like a psychologist, you would probably learn something about me. You would
Yeah.
probably learn about how I was feeling because it's all coming from a state of flow and
Mhm.
everything. We're always making decisions, and every decision we make as an artist is indicative of something within. And so that's an exciting thing to do. Once you open up that door of being able to get into a flow, you're like learning things about yourself, you
Mhm.
know?
Have like what is the most interesting thing you've learned about yourself? That
uh,
might be a little too personal, but we don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
I'll say there was this one I brought up the trees. I had made a lot of paintings with trees where figures are almost like underneath these trees
Mm,
in a very like protective way.
mm,
And so I teach this class for my like with my followers. Anybody who wants to take it, I do like a 10-week class designed to go on the transformation that I went on of
oh,
like finding your voice and getting into a flow, kind of like exactly what we're talking about.
yeah.
And one of my students in my class in the fall was like, I showed them, I was like, this is one of my favorite paintings ever. And it was this house under this like big looming tree. And I was like, I think it's the fact that there's a tree over it that I love it so much. And then this one person in my class like raised her hand and she was like, it's interesting, Sam, that you like it because the tree's over it, because I've noticed that like all of the figures in your paintings lately have had this like tree over it, but not in a looming way or a dangerous way or a, scary way, but in a very protective and comforting way.
Hmm.
And I was like, I think that I seek comfort
Yeah.
and relief in my paintings. I seek that is the kind of release that I want. I want to feel like comfort and just like a safety in
Hmm.
my paintings. I think that is something that I've definitely been looking for unconsciously, which has helped me get into a flow state. Just
Yeah.
seeking a picture that makes me just feel like at ease, you know?
Hmm. That's so interesting. That's so cool too that like a student like
I know.
like someone else is like,
I
"Hey,
was like,
have
dang,
you like
okay.
seen this in your paintings?"
Yeah.
Like it's kind of
Yeah.
a thing that happens all the time. Well, I did want to actually ask you about
Yeah.
your classes that you hold because this is
Yeah.
like, is this a newer thing or have you been doing it for a little bit?
I'm on my third session right now, so it's still newish.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you said it kind of takes you through that, like finding your flow and like
Yeah.
breaking through the norms, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you sit down and like figure out a curriculum for that?
Right,
Like,
right.
because I feel like that's almost something you can't teach, but
Yeah, it's it was actually really easy
mm,
because I had a very in my own transformation, I had a very clear cut like
mm,
I did this, then I did this, then I did this. And so I wrote it down. I have it in my notebook.
mm,
I was like class schedule, and I just wrote down like 10 things, and I was like,
mm,
oh, that sounds pretty good. And now it's still those 10 things, the first thing I wrote down.
mm,
Um, and the cool part is like each of the 10 is connected to an artist.
mm,
And we sort of go through like the historical evolution of art. Um, at the same time. So it's like a lot of things happening at the same time. But I'll give you one example of like the thing that happened to me when I was painting outside. I was painting just observational. I was focusing on light and color. So we have some early classes, color theory, focusing on light and color. And then I had this period of like 2 months where I only did still life.
mm,
And I was like, I need to just practice my color theory.
yeah,
And then that gave me the confidence to be free when I went on to paint the imagined landscapes later because I was like, you know what? I know what I'm doing now. Like I understand
yeah,
color enough and I know what I'm doing. And so that is part of why in the first like two classes that we do, it's very focused on like those things,
hmm,
building that confidence and doing like proving to yourself that you know how to do that
yeah,
before we like kind of fly.
hmm,
Yeah, it ended up just being pretty intuitive. Like it is what I did. So,
hmm.
you know,
So do your students end up making paintings like your paintings, or have they ever like branched off and done things that is their mind, I guess?
that's the idea. Yeah, it's not about making paintings like me, but
Hmm.
it's about making paintings that feel, it's about making a painting that feels the most in flow that you've
Hmm.
ever made. The
Yeah.
least overthinking, the most it's so common for students to tell me, hey, I just made this painting. We do like an assignment after every class.
Hmm.
Like, hey, I just made this painting and it looks nothing like anything I've ever made. And
Yeah.
like, I've never done this kind of process before, but it was the most fun I've ever had. Like, that is what I hear a lot. And that's the whole
Mhm.
point. Making something that
Yeah.
feels like you.
Yeah. That's gonna feel so rewarding for you to be able
It's
to be like,
awesome.
these students are like going through my journey and now they're like
Yes,
finding themselves. That's so cool.
it is so cool.
I guess my next question would kind of be sort of more towards your process of becoming a professional artist
Yeah.
because I don't know. Well, I do know some professional artists, but not of like relatively my age. So kind of, I guess maybe describe that process of how you ended up making money and like a living off of this.
Well, I mean, it's calling yourself a professional artist is just
Mhm.
nobody hired me to be
Right.
that. I just that's just a word. But and it could all be snatched up at any
Mhm.
point. So, it's still something that I'm still uh actively in the process of
Mhm.
becoming always, I feel like.
Yeah.
But it was I feel like it's a pretty typical process, which
Mhm.
is I started to get some opportunities and things come up locally. So like I was painting in my town center and on multiple occasions people would come up and be like you see that building you're painting, that's my building. I own that building. Could I buy this painting when
Oh.
you're done with it? Like stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um or like, hey, I love this. Can I commission something?
Mhm.
And so that gave me, you know, some confidence to start with, some money to
Mhm.
start with, and some almost just like legitimacy.
Mhm.
So now I carry that with me whenever I go around and talk to people like, oh, like I'm a working artist. People have approved of my work. They have
Yeah.
paid for it. Um, that first painting that I made, the lilies,
Mhm.
uh, a gallery locally took a chance on me a
Okay.
month into working full time, which is like was crazy. I in my head I was like, okay, my goal is to get into a gallery locally within the next 2 years, and I got
Wow.
into one within a month. And
Damn.
so yeah, so that was awesome. Um, and that Lily's painting sold uh a month after I got into the gallery, and it's just because like that painting sold because of me being me. I went to the
Mhm.
local the opening of the gallery, and me and this guy were just chatting, and I made a joke that like the painting wasn't mine, but I was like, what do you like? Like, do you like this? What do you like about this? Like to get
Oh
his
yeah.
honest opinion about it.
Mhm.
And then when he found out it was me, he was like, he knows me as like he thinks I'm like a big jokester now, and he loved it. And then, the next day he came back to buy it.
Oh
And he told me that
wow.
he bought it partially because we had a connection, and he
Yeah.
knew the person who painted it. So um, I feel
Oh.
like a lot of my early success was just me being me and me
Mhm.
kind of tripping into like good opportunities. Somebody reached out and asked me to do a magazine cover, and I
Wow.
didn't realize that in all the years of him being this owner of this magazine, they've never paid for a magazine cover. But when we
Wow.
met, he's a friend of mine. We had a great connection, and I assumed that he would buy it. So I said, "Here's the price." And he just didn't argue because he
Yeah.
was like, "You know what? Sure, like I'll take it." So it was me
Wow.
assuming that I'm moving towards success, that people would
Yeah.
pay for it and should pay for it,
Mhm.
and me being myself. If I hadn't said, here's the price, by the way, then I wouldn't have made any money.
Yeah.
And so then I was having some early success like that, but it's all pretty like no success that you have as an artist guarantees more success.
Yeah, I
At
agree.
a certain point, it doesn't. You can have a great year and sell a bunch, and then the next year can be bad.
Yep.
So my friend was like, it's time for you to start posting reels. Like you
Mm.
you are good at it. You've done TikTok before. Why are you not doing it? This is your
Mhm.
opportunity to be a successful artist. Like, what is there to lose?
Mhm.
And I was like, you're right. And so within a week of doing that, I had a video get 500,000
It's great.
views. It was crazy. And I was like, shoot, I forgot. I know how to do this.
Mhm.
Like all my years on TikTok prepared me for this. I
Yeah.
know how to make videos. I know how to speak on camera. I have a voice. I don't
Mhm.
know why I was pretending that I didn't. I think it was just, it takes a while to build up the confidence, honestly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It really does.
It's crazy because like for the past 4 years, I've been doing this where I'm literally recording the first time we've ever spoken to each other, and I'm
I
gonna
know.
post
It's
it
big.
in like a month. But
It's pretty
then when
big.
you tell me to make a short form content video for TikTok or
Yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah.
I like shit my pants. I'm so scared. I'm
Really.
like, I
Can you
don't
tell
know.
me about that? Tell me what's making you scared?
I literally don't know. Like, I literally have
Is
no
it is
idea.
it the fact that somebody could see it?
No, because I so many people watch, like not so many people, but like people I know watch my podcast. They'll call me out
Right,
on it all the time. They're like,
right,
whatever. And I literally talk about the most embarrassing things on my podcast. But
right.
I think what I get nervous about for short form content is just like the cringe worthy aspect of it, I guess, because
Okay.
I feel like there's I have this misconception of like short form where I have to go on and immediately grab people's attention. So I have to
Yeah.
do like something like stupid or like
Right, right,
weird. And
right.
then it's just like I'm out of my comfort zone. But I think
Yeah,
what I've been trying to tell myself now is that like after I graduate, when I have more time for video editing and like ideas, that I just need to like drop the bullshit and just act like this. And
yeah,
then more people will like those videos more than like the stupid attention grabbing ones. But because I know how to do this, I'm
yep,
really good at this. Like, this
yep,
is fine. But when I'm on my phone, I'm like, oh, I have to make it flashy. But like, I don't. Like, I could just yap. I
yeah,
think that's my issue of like
yeah,
thinking it needs to be bigger than it actually needs to be.
yeah, yeah.
So,
That's good to know because, like I told you about this resource that I'm making. In
hmm.
the first half is all about self-belief, and the second half is about social media and business.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get into the mind of people who
Mm,
feel like a big block before
hmm.
even wanting to post. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to be able to speak to that because I don't feel that way anymore, obviously. And the
Yeah.
last time I did, maybe I was 17 and I'm 24 now. So
Yeah,
it's like
so it's a little
I
different.
forget what it's like, but I know I understand how that could be there. I mean, there are a million things that you
Mhm.
could be kind of apprehensive about. It's kind of a strange thing to do.
It is. It is. I mean, I think for most people, and I'm also speaking from experience, is
Yeah.
like it is that people will that you know or like people from your past that you haven't talked to in forever are gonna see the videos. Like there's a very high chance of that, and I think
Yeah.
that scares people too because like
Yeah.
I started posting TikToks where it was like just me talking,
Yeah.
and then I watched them back and I'm like, "Oh, like you hate the sound of your own voice
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes." But then someone from my high school liked it and commented, and I was like, "Oh my God, ew." Like that's so
I
freaky.
know. I
And
get
then
that.
that
I
made
get
me
that.
like a little like, oh, a
Yeah.
little more apprehensive because I was like, oh, what if they're judging me? But like also it
Right.
doesn't matter.
Right.
So I think it's both sort of like it's all just moving out of your comfort zone that I think people are
Yeah.
a little apprehensive about.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like once you get over that hump, like me and you, then you could just yap and it doesn't even bother you anymore. Like
Yes.
it's like whatever.
So many opportunities open up. And
Right.
so so when that happened, when I started posting,
Mhm.
from that point on, that was like July. From July until now, I haven't had a month where I haven't sold at least a
Wow.
few paintings.
Hmm.
And and as I've grown the page, I've been able to find out if I speak authentically, who
Hmm.
listens
Yeah.
and what are they interested in? And so as I've learned about them, I'm like, I was like, okay, they would be interested in taking a class with me where
Hmm.
we paint together and
Yeah.
where I am, they're interested in hearing about my painting process and my videos and my evolution as an artist.
Hmm.
Oh, that's cool. Why don't we do a class? And so that was an opportunity for me to also create another income stream.
Yeah.
So not just selling the paintings, now it's that. And then I've realized over time, like, hey, every time I speak about my mindset as an artist or posting
Hmm.
on social media or business or finding success as an artist, people love to hear that. That might be the number one thing people
Yeah.
uh, want to hear on my page. So I was like, okay, let me make a longer video, like a 6 hour video series where I really speak to those people. So that's another income stream.
Hmm.
As you and tons of other opportunities have come up. Even things like this is like a
Yeah.
great opportunity and just fun and like cool
Hmm.
to meet somebody. And when you put yourself out there, the right opportunities will come your way.
Oh
And
yeah.
and for people who are like apprehensive, even if you view it like, I think it's helpful to view it as like, this is how you make money and this is
Mhm.
how you find success in what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
this is not, social media isn't just like this new thing, it is the thing. Like, it
Hmm.
is the way that people share stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you can't miss out on that. It's a huge opportunity. That's
Hmm.
like saying to somebody in the 80s, like, you can. we'll give you a billboard for free.
Yeah.
And you can make the billboard as big as you want.
Hmm.
And you can decide how many people go past it based on how much effort you put in and the energy that you have. That's
Yeah.
a huge opportunity. It's for free,
It's crazy.
right?
It is like it's kind of cool that you put it that way because I've been trying to like conceptualize that in my brain for so long because like
Oh,
my life has completely changed and I don't even have that many followers. Like I'm talking like nothing compared to other people. But just the fact that I have this platform, I've been able to talk to so many cool people. I'm talking to you right now. Like I've been following you since I was like in eighth grade, and now I'm actually having a conversation with you. Like that's crazy.
that is
But
pretty
it's
cool.
because I've had this platform that I've been growing for like however long. And I've talked to so many musicians and just like been able to go to shows for free. I get like backstage passes sometimes, and
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
why am I getting this? Like, I'm just this girl who like has
You went
a
out of your
YouTube
comfort zone
channel.
and
Like,
yeah,
what? Yeah, but it is crazy because it's just like an advertisement
yes,
for passion and
yes,
you can do whatever you want with it. Like
yeah,
if you want to post on Tuesday, you can post on Tuesday. If you want to post every month and nothing in between, you can do that. Like it doesn't matter. And
yeah,
there's no set way of doing it either. I think that's the other problem. And like maybe that you would want to talk about in your class or something is that like I had this misconception that there is a way that you have to do social media for it to be successful. And
right.
I don't know if that is true or if it's not true. Maybe you could speak on that, but like I always get stuck trying to post at a specific time or like a the right amount of times a week for there to be engagement or like whatever.
Yeah, no.
But like I don't know if that's like a myth or not.
Well, yeah, that's something that I'm trying to figure out for
Hmm.
this class that I'm putting out because the truth is that there is a right way to do it
Hmm.
for you in a certain context.
Mm,
So like if I was doing like a mentorship with somebody and they told me, I could tell the kind of person they are, the kind of style that they have, and they
yeah.
told me about the situation they're in, then I would be like, you should post every day, or you shouldn't post every day. Like there would be a different thing. And like for me, I know what works for me. I know the way that I can go about it. But the
Hmm.
truth is there is a truth of the like best practices. Like there are certain ways to do things,
Hmm.
but it's about the way that you go about it. That is gonna like what I mean is you should tell your story.
Yeah.
You should have a narrative that people know you as. Like they need to know something about a transformation that you've been on, some kind of like before and after of who you are. But the way that you tell that story, it can be completely different based on what kind of person you are. It can be just post like a carousel, it can be a video, depending on
Yeah.
how you make videos, long or short, everybody's different.
Hmm. Yeah, that's so interesting. Because I guess for me now, because I want to change the course of this podcast a little bit, and you're like the entry level person that I'm doing that with. It's gonna be a huge change from
Yeah.
like what I've been doing now to like
Yeah.
what I'm going to do, but I'm so excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to like build the hype and get other people excited for it too. But
Good.
it is like this conversation is so interesting to me and I love this conversation because you basically are doing everything that I've ever wanted to do.
What do you mean?
Like just the art and like the YouTube channel and like everything that's like since I was little, I was like, I want to be Jimmy Fallon, but YouTube version.
Oh, that's cool.
I want
Yeah.
to interview like
There you go.
everyone and have my little talk show
You're
on
on your way. Look at you. Yeah.
exactly. So it's like super interesting. But my we are nearing the end, unfortunately.
Oh,
But my final question for you would be to kind of like self-reflect for
yeah.
all of us, for the listeners, of like how your 17-year-old self who started doing YouTube videos for fun has changed to the now 24-year-old
Mm,
painter and teacher and YouTuber, and
mm,
how that has kind of changed your mindset and just who you are as a person overall.
mm. I think that the biggest thing I can think of is I was like the most confident 17-year-old you could ever meet, which is clearly like, who just posts on TikTok and all
Hmm.
that stuff. Uh, and then after that, I got so much backlash from it, at least in my head. I was very confident, but I was also, you know, insecure about a few things, like uh not even realizing I was insecure, but then when I realized I was, or when I got hurt, um, I went into just a stage where I was so introspective to the
Hmm.
point of being self-judgmental, and I wasn't confident at all for like a
Hmm.
good 2 years. I was just like quieter and like really like almost, yeah, over analyzing myself. And I feel like I've gained a lot of just kind of maturity, like I don't
Hmm.
know how to put it, um, more awareness. And now I've come back and I have the same confidence that I had before, but I think it's much more grounded in kind of a
Hmm.
patient confidence, like a confidence that I've been building up over time, almost like cautiously. Like how confident am I allowed to be? And now my confidence is kind of directed towards something that I view to be like a good. Like this is
Hmm.
good for the world. This is good for me. This is something that like I've almost earned. I've almost gone through difficult things, or like, a lot of self-searching to re-find this confidence in a new way now, I think.
Yeah. Well,
That's
that's
changed. Well, that's
awesome.
still the same, but changed, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm glad you were able to figure that out because not many people can say that.
Yeah.
So consider yourself very lucky and fortunate. But
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
is your plug hour of whatever you have coming up, like what you do, I guess, any paintings, and maybe some inspirational words for the listeners.
My plug hour, I mean, the paintings are coming constantly. I mean, listen, I haven't had a month without making a bunch of work that I'm proud of, so that's just gonna
Mhm.
keep going. So, go to my page and see what I'm up to. And if you are an artist, and this is to all artists, this isn't just to painters, but if you're an artist and you want to learn how to use social media to achieve your dreams, chase your dreams, then my resources is going to be very, very exciting for you. I'm
Mhm.
almost done with it. So check it out and message me if you're interested in it. It's going to come
Awesome.
out in about 2 weeks.
And what is your Instagram?
Sam Andrews Art.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much. This was so much fun.
of
Very
course.
inspiring talk.
Thank you,
Um,
Emily. You're a very good
um,
interviewer. This is
Thank
awesome.
you. And for the listeners, follow Sam Andrews on everything and maybe buy a painting or two or three and maybe do a class. Who knows?
Yeah.
Um, and always remember to stay groovy.